Hello, this is a global. In this video, we will talk about aeronautical. Aeronautical. History of aircrafts. In our history, we have enough facts that our past King Ravana had a flying machine called the monorail, and he had flew in it. Man's desire to fly. Daedalus was shut up in a lonely tower in order to prevent spreading his knowledge about the labyrinth. Since King Minos controlled the land and sea routes, Daedalus started creating wings that would help him and his son Icarus to fly out of the lonely tower. He tied feathers together, from smallest to largest, so as to form an increasing surface. After his work was done, he warned his son not to fly more high up. The Wright brothers. Orville Wright and Wilbur Wright were very deliberate in their quest for flight. First, they spent many years learning all about the early developments of flight. They read all the literature that was published at that time. They learned about how the wind would help with the flight and how it could affect the surfaces once up in the air. Types of aircrafts. There are many types of aircrafts. There are rotating aircrafts, example helicopter, fixed-wing aircraft. Transport and cargo planes can be taken as examples for fixed-wing aircrafts. Fighter aircrafts, examples jet aircrafts and spacecraft. Aerodynamics. In aviation, aerodynamics is concerned with three distinct parts. These parts are aircraft, the relative wind, and the atmosphere. Temperature, pressure, and altitude. Physically, atmosphere is considered as a fluid of changing density, pressure, and temperature. According to temperature changes with the height above the sea level, atmosphere is divided into four parts. These parts are troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, and thermosphere. As altitude increases up to 30,000 feet at about 10,000 meters, the temperature, pressure, and density of the air decrease. The region is known as the troposphere, and the upper boundary is the exosphere. Theory of flight. Aviation mechanic must understand the relationships between the atmosphere, the aircrafts, and the forces acting on it in flight in order to make intelligent decisions that affect the flight safety of both planes and helicopters. An aircraft in flight is acted upon by forces. They are gravity, that means the force that pulls the aircraft towards the earth. Lift, the force that pulls the aircraft upwards. Thrust, the force that pulls the aircraft forward. Drag, the force that exerts a braking action. As you can see in the picture, Here are the four forces in a diagram. The arrangement of the four forces. The arrangement is thrust equals drag, weight equals lift. The control surfaces. How does an aircraft fly? Aircraft flight control systems consists of primary and secondary systems. The ailerons, elevator and rudder constitute the primary control system and are required to control an aircraft safely during flight. Primary flight controls. Aircraft control systems are carefully designed to provide adequate responsiveness to control inputs by allowing as natural flow. An aircraft in flight is acted upon by forces. They are gravity, that means the force that pulls the aircraft towards the earth. Lift, the force that pulls the aircraft. Propellers. Introduction to propellers. Propellers consist of two or more blades and a central hub to which the blades are attached. Propeller blades produce forces that create thrust to pull or push the airplane through the air. The propeller blades are made in the shape of a wing of an aircraft. When the engine rotates the propeller blades, the blades produce lift. This lift is called thrust and moves the aircraft forward. Main parts of an aircraft. As you can see, here are the main parts of an aircraft: the power plant, wings, landing gear, fuselage, flight controls, stabilizers, and the flight controls. Helicopters. What is a helicopter? Unlike a plane, which flies by using wings that do not move, a helicopter flies using blades called rotors that spin around, causing the helicopter to lift off the ground. Helicopters can also fly straight up and down, while they can also hover, stay in the same spot while staying in the air. In order to fly, an object must have lift, a force moving it upward. Lift is usually made by wings. A helicopter moves air over its rotor by spinning its blade. As I explained, it is the system of a helicopter, how it works. Aircraft engines. The history of the gas turbine. The name gas turbine means exactly what you say. A turbine type engine that operated by gas rather than operated. For instance, by steam or water. The gas which operates the turbine is the product of the combustion that takes place when a suitable fuel is mixed and burned with the air passing through the engine. As you can see in the picture, here is a gas turbine. The chimney jack as the hot air from the fire rose. It was made to pass through a series of fan blades and through a series of gears. Sir Isaac Newton formulated the laws of motion on which all devices utilizing the jet propulsion theory are based. The vehicle illustrated in the picture below, called Newton's wagon. As you can see, it's Isaac Newton. And here's Newton's steam wagon. An aircraft in flight is acted upon by forces. They are gravity, that means the force that pulls the aircraft towards the earth. Lift, the force that pulls the aircraft upwards. Thrust, the force that pulls the aircraft forward. Drag, the force that exerts main types of aircraft engines: piston engines and gas turbine engines. There are also other special types of engines. There are ramjet, pulse jet and rocket. Advantages of aircrafts: high speed. It is the fast speed means of transport and minimum cost. Strategic importance: easy transport of costly and light goods. Free from physical barriers. Useful for agriculture and useful in natural calamities. So, thanks for watching. This is Earth Global.